This is just some good news, never to be missed. VOSLOORUS police station inspection in LOCO is real, and it will be happening. Mr. Sibiya got what he asked for. Tune in and listen to this special court sitting. Kindly subscribe for more real stories.
For this, that's VOSLOORUS because he says that's where he was assaulted, inside that complex.
Yes, that's the reason why I'm saying my that he will have to indicate
fine.
the precision, the spot where he says the assault took place. But as to the movement from here to the entrance of VOSLOORUS, that is what I need to ascertain if you be comfortable with it. If the police will be leading or will be doing the driving, can take this court up to that point, and then from there, then he starts to direct the road to what, or we can simply drive up to the spot, up to that complex, because that's a very big complex, and then arriving at that complex, then we would then say no. From here, I'll then give direction as to exactly the spot where I was taken to, and later on assaulted.
Yeah, okay, fine.
I would have to take instructions from you in that regard.
Yeah, fine.
Thank you.
Mr. Masipili?
As the court proceeds, I think the instruction is Mr. Mrs. instruction, but just to add on, my lord, the two occasions when he said he was assaulted, the first one, for direction purposes, he said he was from Villeria to, on the 5th of June, from Villeria to Albertine, then to that spot where he allegedly was assaulted. And then on the 30th of June, it was from Tembisa to VOSLOORUS, then where he was also allegedly assaulted. So for direction purposes, my lord, I believe that perhaps but direction will be taken from him and instructions. If the convoy drives from here up to the entrance of VOSLOORUS, then he can take it from there, my lord, as the court proceeds.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Mamal.
Morning, madam. Thank you. I have no instructions. I have no instructions. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Ms. Mshalo.
As the court is allowed, I have no instructions from the case number 5.
Yes, state, what's your view?
As a court case, my lord, if I can just maybe briefly start with the provisions of the law regarding the holding of an inspection in local. This is provided for in section 169 of the Criminal Procedure Act 51 of 1977. It allows a court to visit a place or examine an object relevant to a case to better understand the evidence presented. And this is a valuable tool for courts to gain first-hand insight and clarify facts in dispute, particularly when physical evidence cannot easily be brought to the courtroom. And the purpose and procedure, maybe I'll just wait for the accused to come to the box. May I start all over?
Yeah, please.
My lord, the procedure that we're about to embark upon, namely an inspection in local, is provided for in section 169 of the Criminal Procedure Act 51 of 1977. It allows a court to visit a place or examine an object relevant to a case to better understand the evidence presented. This is a valuable tool for courts to gain first-hand insight and clarify facts in dispute. particularly when physical evidence cannot easily be brought to the courtroom. And the purpose and procedure. The primary purpose of an inspection in LOCO is to help the court to understand the evidence, including oral testimony and real evidence presented during the trial. It allows the court to observe the scene or object firsthand, potentially resolving conflicting accounts or interpretation of the evidence. Now, the next observation, my lord, is as to what happens at the inspection in LOCO. Says the court should meticulously record its observations during the inspection, allowing both parties to comment on them. These are the state and the defense. Says whether the inspection is a supplementary tool and should not replace the need for proper evidence gathering and presentation. And another observation, important observation, my lord, is that the post observations during the inspection becomes part of the report and are crucial for a fair and transparent process. And the other observation is equally important, my lord. There is access and limitations. Inspections are typically conducted at the scene of the incident or where the relevant object is located. The court may be accompanied by parties to the case, witnesses, and relevant experts to ensure proper understanding. And the court's observation should be interpreted in light of the evidence presented and the arguments made by both sides. That, in short, my lord, is the purpose of today's exercise.
Okay. Yeah, let Mr. Jonas apprise the gentleman of what has transpired before they came in.
Ngaphambi kokuthi ningeneke inkantolo isinikeze ithuba kubameli kanye nomshushisi ukuthi bashoke ukuthi sihlangene ngani namuhla. Usukumileke uadvocate Mnisi wathi nanjengoba ke esho noma ashilo umnumzana Sibiya phambi kwale nkantolo ukuthi ke kunendawo ethizeni la athathwa amishwa kuyona ke la ashaywa khona sikhuluma ngamalanga amabili ke la i-30 zikaMeyi kanye ne-5 zikaJuni. Ukuthi ke kune-sport esithizeke manje ke sicela ukuthi ke sihambe kuhanjwe ke kuleyo ndawo la ekuzoba kuyena-ke umnumzana Sibiya-ke ozosho-ke ukuthi ke yila engashayelwa khona. Wakusho-ke nokuthi akanaso isiqinisekiso sokuthi ke ukusuka la ePitoli ukuya kuleyo ndawo umnumzana Sibiya uzoba kusimo yini noma uzokwazi yini ukuthi ke asho-ke ukuthi akuhanjwe kanjani noma ke kusuke lana kuhanjwe kuyiwe la ekungenwa khona noma ke phecelezi-ke i-entrance yakhona eVOSLOORUS bese ke usuka lapho kuyiwe-ke kuleyo ndawo leyo ekula khona-ke umnumzana uSibiya ezosho khona-ke ezoyikhomba-ke indawo le akhuluma ngayo. Ukushilo-ke ukuthi khona-ke kusafanele akhazululeke noma-ke akhulumisane naye-ke umnumzana uSibiya ukuthi nje kucace ukuthi-ke uzokwazi yini ukuthi-ke akhombise noma-ke akhombe indlela. Usukumile-ke baba udamusipile ezama ukuthi alekeleleke yena-ke ubaba uMnisi ngokuthi-ke okokuqala umnumzana Sibiya washo ukuthi wasuswa eValeria wahanjiswa waya e-Albertine bese kusuka lapho-ke yila ekwayiwa kuleyo ndawo le asiyo yona ashayelwa kuyona. Sikhuluma ngazo i-5 zikaJuni bese kuthi ngeyi-20 wasuka-ke ethembisa ukuya eVOSLOORUS. Umnumzana uNomali uthe cha akukho yena-ke angakusho kulo daba naye-ke u-advocate Mshololo. Bese sukuma-ke u-advocate uBaloyi echazela-ke manje inkantolo nomuntu wonke ukuthi-ke ukhona-ke umthetho omayelana-ke nalo daba lolu ekhulume ngalo namuhla. Wase-ke esho-ke ukuthi-ke usection 169 ka-51 kuya no-1977 ivumela-ke inkantolo ukuthi-ke iye kuleyo ndawo leyo ekukhulunywa ngayo ukuthi-ke ibuzisise kahle ubufakazi uma kuwukuthi-ke kukhona la ekungaziwana khona noma ke ekhiswana khona ke futhi ke lokho kuhambisana nalo icala uma kukhona ke ekuphikiswana ngako ukuxazulula lokho ke ukufanele kuyiweke kwenziwe lokho kubizwa ukuthi phecelezi ke iyona ke inspection ikakhulukazi ke uma kuwukuthi ke ubufakazi lokho akusuka ubufakazi obungakwazi ukuthi ke kuze phambi kwenkantolo inkantolo ibone nokuthi futhi ke kuxazululeke ubufakazi lobo nokuthi konke uma sekufika lapho phambili ke konke okubonwayo noma uma kukhonjwa ke kufanele kubhalwe phansi yonke into futhi ke nokuthi ke inkantolo ivumeleke ishushisi kanye futhi nabameli uma kukhona abafisa ukusho ubanikeze lelo thuba lelo ukuthi bakushoke naloko inkantolo ebonayo lapha yana kuyona ke inspection kufanele nabo kube yingxenye yobufakazi obuphambi kwayo inkantolo nokuthi umthetho uyashoka ukuthi obaniki abavumelekileyo ukuthi bahambeke noma baye kuyona ke inspection yilabo abayingxenye yalo ke icala lelo eliqhulwayo phambi kwenkantolo nokuthi futhi okwenzekayo khona lapho kufanele kuhunyushwe noma ke kuxoliwe.
Yeah. Procedurally, the state and the defense, I'm only aware of 2 witnesses, unless you say there are others, the Brigadier Keninda and Mr. Sibiya, because the incident, yes, I understand the evidence, apparently affects only them. I know that initially before Keninda, Brigadier, came onto the scene, it was Mokhane who was there. Are you going to pursue it? Mokhola, sorry. Are you going to pursue it? You must tell me how you want to pursue it. How many witnesses is Nada with?
She will be there as well.
She will be there.
If the court gives its blessing.
Yeah, because it's now 2 incidences. When we adjourned, it was apparently 1, you remember? But today they say it's 2 incidences. The first one is the 5th of June, and the other one is the 30th of, it's the other way actually.
Yes.
The 30th of May,
Yes.
and the 5th of June.
But it's the same spot.
Yeah, fine. Yes. But the actors, are they the same?
Well, I think they'll have to clarify that. But as far as I'm concerned, in essence, yes. The participants will be the same. But as I say, subject to confirmation.
Okay, fine. Yes, Mr. Minister. Your witnesses.
As it is a
Yeah.
court, my lord, it will only be Mr. Sibiya.
Mr. Sibiya.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
Inkantolo ixazulula udaba lobufakazi ukuthi ke njengoba kukhulunyiwe ngobufakazi usiyaphendula-ke advocate umnisi ukuthi cha kuzoba umnumzane Sibiya kuphela namagama uyena-ke ozoba ufakazi ozosho noma ozokhomba.
Any other thing arising from what we've just said? You want to place on record?
As it is a
Issue.
court, my lord, I don't have anything. I would have requested the intelligence to approach.
Yeah,
Mr.
you said you
Sibiya
wanted to
on the process.
approach your client. You can do so.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the indulgence, my lord. Mr. Sibiya says from here we need to take the R21 to the airport. I think it's R21 North, and then from the airport, and then from the R21 we are going to join N12. From N12, then we'll be joining the N3. And then we'll be driving up until we see the VOSLOORUS off-ramp, and then we get into the VOSLOORUS township. From VOSLOORUS, as we're driving to the VOSLOORUS township, he says he would then start to give direction to the people who is with him in the car. But in a sense, he is saying we need to drive to that gold spot shopping complex, but particularly the municipal offices, the municipality offices at that shopping complex. And then from there, we need to stop, and then he will walk us to exactly the spot where he says he was assaulted.
Yeah, okay. Except that the security details of how we get there will be conducted by the security complement, because those arrangements have already been made. Am I correct, Mr. Baloi? Yes. How we get there, maybe they're going to give us a helicopter, I don't know. Yeah, so can they adjourn a bit, and then we have the security guys coming in to come in. Can you explain to the gentleman that for security reasons, they must adjourn, and then the security complement will come and brief the court how we get there and what we're going to do and how we're going to travel.
Ngemva kokuthi-ke ubabunisi esetshele inkantolo kade kumtshela kona-ke ukuthi sizohamba kanjani kuyofika khona laphayana le ndawo sikhuluma ngayo, nangokushilo ukuthi usuka la sohamba ngo-R21 u-N12 u-N3 bese siyongena-ke VOSLOORUS i-Offram bese siyangena-ke elokishini khona. Ukusuka lapho usuzosho-ke wena ukuthi uhambe kanjani. Inkantolo ithi-ke okuzokwenzeka-ke manje ukuthi-ke nizothatha-ke mina-ke bese niyahanjiswa yezansi bese kuthi laba-ke okuyibona abazohola-ke noma abazosho ukuthi kuzohanjwa kanjani bazobe sebengena-ke ngaphakathi enkantolo sebetshela inkantolo-ke ukuthi-ke kuzohanjwa kanjani ukuthi kuyofikwa-ke khona lapho. Kodwa manje-ke okuzokwenzeka-ke ukuthi bazohamba nani banise ezansi ngaphambi kokuthi bangene-ke lapho kufanele ukuthi bangene bazotshela inkantolo. Siyabonga.
Well, so maybe just before I adjourn, maybe clarity as to whether the media is allowed to accompany the court.
What is your submission?
Well, this is largely the request of the defense, so I think we need to be guided by, by them. But we don't really have an objection from our side.
Yes.
I think it's a call that's not been made by the people inside.
Yes, Mr. Nisi, what should we do about the media?
Thank you, my lord. Insofar as the security briefing is concerned, I'm of the view that it should only be the court personnel.
It should only be?
The court personnel. In other words, the court himself, members of the court, which are the defense team, probably the security cluster, to the exclusion of the media house. Well, insofar as them being at the place of the inspection in LOCO, that would be their own taking. But for purposes of the security briefing, I'm of the view that they should excuse us.